now my mind is blown. No surprise, guess I should have known. Oh, now my mind is blown. No surprise, guess I should have known. You got control of me, break my barricades. Walls are crumbling, grounds they shake. You came to save, but it's way too late. Every single time you stay, I cave. You got control of me, break my barricades. Walls are crumbling. Every single time you say I cave. You got control of me, break my barricades. Walls are crumbling.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Neurodivergent News, where we are providing the tools and resources that you need to live in a quote unquote normal world. We are redefining what it means to be neurodivergent. It does not mean damaged, it just means different. I apologize for my stuttering. You guys know by now that from time to time my tongue gets the better of me. So I am your host, Deanna Brakefield, the owner of Lionheart Kingdom Marketing. I am a mom of 7 beautiful children, 6 of which are already diagnosed neurodivergent, as well as being extreme ADHD myself and my poor husband who has to put up with all of us being autistic. Today I have an absolutely amazing lady with me. She is the owner of her own marketing consulting agency. She deals with AI and automation, and she specializes in dealing with people that are just a little bit different. I have with me today Miss Eden. Say hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. Well, I guess nice to see you again.
Absolutely.
Nice to be here today. My tongue also doesn't want to cooperate, so I completely understand.
Our audience gets it. It's our daily living. It's day to day for us.
That is very true.
So
And-
tell us just a little bit about yourself, Miss Eden.
Yep. So I am an AI and marketing consultant, but more importantly, I'm actually here to help neurodivergent entrepreneurs actually make their businesses work with their brains and energy and not against them. And I create custom AI solutions that actually take the chaos out of like content creation, organizing tasks, and even marketing strategies. And it's not about adding more to your plate, it's about using AI to kind of clear the space for your creativity and focus so that brilliance can actually shine through. And I want them to actually feel empowered and not overwhelmed so that they can actually grow their businesses in a way that feels not only sustainable but actually joyful to them.
That is a wonderful mission statement. I mean, like, but what? This is going to sound a little rude, so I apologize. What does that mean in real time?
Real time, it's about breaking down the barriers of what's actually holding them back from being visible and authentic online. So that's what we really do. We work behind the scenes to actually figure out the different things that are holding them back from showing up online and from showing that brilliance to people because a lot of times neurodivergent entrepreneurs we rock at what we do. I mean, we are the usually the best at what we do, but we can't always get that across necessarily, and it's hard for us to put ourselves out there to market ourselves. I mean, as you well know with your own marketing, it's hard. So that's where like I kind of come into play and I kind of help break down those barriers to entry, so to speak, with helping them, like I said, with their energy, helping them kind of clear off those kind of like back end tasks that they don't necessarily like with like AI so that they can actually focus on what they want to do.
So, how did you land in this space?
Honestly, it came from my own experience of juggling a million things and feeling like I was constantly on the edge of burnout. When I came across AI, I quickly realized just how much weight it could actually take off of me and take off of my business so that I could focus on being actually like in my business and doing the things that I wanted to do. And I wanted to share that with other neurodivergent entrepreneurs so that they too could try to struggle less and balance more with the creativity and structure and honestly just life in general.
So what business specifically were you in that led into that? Was it just the marketing consulting or was there more to it?
So I did graphic design, web design, social media management, content creation, like all the things, and it was just I felt like I was constantly burning the midnight oil, so to speak, with doing everything. And I was also at the same time juggling a 9 to 5 job as a nurse as well. So like I had all the things coming into play to make a perfect storm for burnout. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it saved it saved my sanity literally with the juggling everything and streamlining and just honestly just taking the pressure off of me.
So what's your favorite AI tool to use?
My favorite AI tool I have, so it's a tie between the 2, but if I were to pick my favorite one, it would be OpenAI or ChatGPT. Just because there's so much available, and right now they're coming out with even more new updates to make it even better and to make it more accessible. So that's what I really enjoy with that. Like, the limit doesn't exist with it, and I think my second favorite AI tool is called Goblin Dot Tools. So the best portion about it is called the compiler. So you literally brain dump everything that you need to do for the day or the week. You dump it in there, it then creates a task list, and based on how spicy your brain is feeling that day, it'll break down the task that much more into different subtasks, and it also estimates the time. Because a lot of us struggle to complete tasks because we have time blindness and we don't know on average how long some tasks can actually take us. So
Mhm.
we completely back off, we completely avoid the task doing it because of that main reason. So with Goblin Dot Tools, that actually takes a lot of that off of there. So I use that and ChatGPT almost daily in my business to help me work through things.
So let me ask you a question. You're familiar with Goblin Dot Tools. I've never heard of it before, but I'm definitely going to go look it up. Can it be used for things other than business?
Yes, it definitely can. I've helped it like break down tasks so that I could help like organize like my living room better. I've had it help there's also different sub tools within Goblin Dot Tools. So there's the compiler that breaks down like all of the junk in your brain into tasks. There's the to-do list. So if you already know what you want to do and want to work on things more specifically, you can just go ahead and go to the to-do list. Then there's the chef, so whatever you have in your house, it creates like meal plans and recipes and things. There's also the judge on there, so it'll tell you the subtext of text, which is super important for us because a lot of the times without like face-to-face interactions, we can't tell what's going on behind the scenes. So it'll read the text and tell you like what emotions are involved potentially, like alternate meanings of things, which is great. And there's a couple of other tools on there which are really great, not only for business, but life as well. So
So how did you come across this tool? This sounds amazing.
I'd randomly, honestly, I try to like take time out of my week to specifically look for like new tools that could potentially like help me. And one day I was like really struggling with like breaking down my tasks. So I literally just typed in like AI like task generator and it popped up randomly for me. So that's how I kind of stumbled upon that. It was just accidentally whenever I was trying to just do more research on different AI tools.
Okay. So, I mean, it sounds like you've really put together a toolbox, not just that one tool, but where you can affect real change for people.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping to do with this. My ultimate mission, like I said, is just to empower business owners, more specifically neurodivergent business owners to, like I said, just be productive and not judge themselves, not shame themselves. And I'm hoping that it will create more discussions than stigmas against neurodivergent business owners.
So, do you mind sharing a little bit about your personal experience and journey with us? When were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed as a child, but unfortunately, the pediatrician that I went to was not very well versed in diagnosing and recognizing ADHD and autism in children. So they told my family that I would quote unquote grow out of it and that it was more of a behavioral thing than it was like an actual like neurological disorder and neurological event. So I was not like properly treated and managed as a child. So when it really came into play with me was whenever I was trying to transition from nursing into my business, because with nursing, it was kind of like a natural thing almost for um, me with my like ADHD and autistic type because I could multi like focus and multitask so well that it never really was a problem. Now the sense of justice and empathy like within my work, like that came in strong, but it wasn't until I actually transitioned into my business that I started noticing that something wasn't quite right. Like my brain shouldn't be reacting like this to things. I shouldn't be reacting things like they were. Like I should be able to get through this task. I should be able to focus better. I was basically shooting all over myself. And that's when I started to look into it more. And that's when I realized that I was ADHD and autistic and looked up like all the past like diagnoses and things and everything just started to click into place. And that's when I started implementing accommodations into my business that were more suited for me and not the typical like white picket fence that other people say that, oh, well, this works for other businesses. This should work for you. There must be something wrong with you if it's not working for you. So that's started to, like I said, integrate those accommodations. And then when AI came out, it made those accommodations even more accessible to me so that I could actually get through the day and actually feel like I got something done. Like I actually felt like I was on track, actually felt accomplished. Like it helped me just in a multitude of ways. So that's how I started like integrating AI in more specifically just for like an accommodation to my neurodivergence, honestly. Um, and then that's when I started showing other business owners like what was possible with just this amazing tool. So, and that's when I shifted so that I could actually start teaching people just how amazing AI is and how it could affect them, just not only in their business, but in their life, just to help them with just a multitude of things.
So it sounds like, from your perspective, that a lot of the AI tools that you're discovering are starting to take the place of the people that used to body double for us or used to basically do lifestyle management for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. Like, I have it, be various experts for me to help me, not only, like, communicate, but to help get, like, my ideas across. It like I said, it's helped with just about every aspect of my life, and I know that that's kind of like a big sell almost, but honestly, if you really look at it, it really honestly can. Like, it's helped me clean my house. I have doom piles galore everywhere. It actually helped me uh, clean my house, which is I know doesn't sound like that big a deal, but like when you're in constant burnout and trying to figure out like where things should go and decision fatigue, like having something like that to actually help you manage all that is incredible. So yeah. So to keep it short, yeah, it's incredible.
I've got to ask, how did it help you manage the doom piles? Because there are eight neurodivergent people in my house and a toddler. I mean, I can use all the help I can get.
So I actually created a specific tool, a custom GPT to help me break down cleaning for my specific neurodivergent type. So I built it out specifically for me to help break down everything that I needed. Like I trained it on my learning style. I trained it on how I like to have things visually. I trained it on kind of like my day-to-day life, how I handle things so that it could know like the best flow necessarily for the house because I have a tendency to leave things, like, laying around. Like, that's my biggest issue. I leave things laying around and I just tend to kind of like pile on and it creates multiple doom piles. So, like, with that in mind, it helped me create a structure to actually keep up with the house without it being overwhelming. So, teaching it those things is super, super important. And I also made it specifically focus on being like an organizer for neurodivergent people so that it had that kind of like niche and sub focus within it to help.
It sounds like it's really complicated to program an AI.
Honestly, it's not that complicated. It's really not. Honestly, it coding and that type of like work, that processing work with like coding is more complicated than creating a custom GPT. It's just about actually adding to its knowledge base and training it on you, which again, it sounds more complicated than it is, but just giving it kind of that background is just the most important focus of that. So it knows about you.
Okay, so let's say I'm a young mom and I've got two kids that are neurodivergent. What kind of information do I feed it to help me with my kids?
So for your kids, what I would specifically focus on would be their ages. If you know if they are ADHD, autistic, or both, feeding that information into it. I'd feed in their daily routines. I would feed in your daily routines. I would also feed it like any like other external information that you could possibly have, like um what they like to eat, what they don't like to eat, if they have any dietary restrictions, just different things like that about your day to day life with them that you could fit in there for its knowledge base so that it, like I said, it can know you the best. Because from that point of view, it can help you like create better sustainable schedules
Hmm.
those kids in the house and also for you so that you can actually, like I said, have a schedule that fits their needs as well as your needs so that you're not in constant burnout mode when it comes to that, because I know that's a huge struggle with neurodivergent parents is trying to manage not only their neurodivergent type but also their children's neurodivergent type, and more oftentimes than not they are not the same neurodivergent type. So it's really, really hard with managing all of the things and figuring out what puzzle pieces really work together. Like, for example, going back to the organizer that like I built. A good example of that is my friend. They are both neurodivergent. Their kids are both neurodivergent, and they were struggling to figure out how to actually put a system in place to organize everything to where like it fit like aesthetically, but also in a way that like it was manageable for the kids and themselves. So that kind of helped put that puzzle piece together for them.
That's amazing. So, you were also talking. I mean, obviously, you're a marketer by trade. You were also talking about using it in your business and utilizing all these tools for task management and for organization processes. But I'm curious, as another marketer, what does that look like for content management? Because I know that's a huge deal for a lot of business owners.
So, with content management specifically, a lot of people are worried that AI will kind of steal their creativity away from them. That if they use AI to help them with content creation, it will decrease their voice rather than amplify their voice, and just all of the fears that come with that. And I'm here to tell you that AI, if you use it correctly and train it properly, it can be an extension of yourself. It can amplify your voice. It can help you to still remain authentic and increase your visibility. Because right now you're taking out all of those blocking pieces that come with it. Because a lot of us have decision fatigue, so we don't know what to post, we don't know when to post, we don't know where to post. Also, the constant worrying of will they like this, won't they like this, all of those things. So putting AI into content creation, like I said, as long as it is trained to you and your brand and your audience, that's when it can really come in and be such a powerful piece.
Hmm.
And it can help you streamline things. So not only helping you create the content, but also streamlining it to where you don't have to think about it being posted because a lot of us will be like working away and hyper focused in the morning and then by the afternoon we're like, oh my god, I don't have the energy to one try to figure out what to post, and then I don't know, I don't have the energy to even post, and then you're just completely shaming and guilting yourself at the end of the day because you didn't actually post or stay consistent with your content creation. So AI can actually streamline that and automate a good chunk of it, even helping you repurpose content that you've already had so that you're not reinventing the wheel, so to speak.
So, and we are still talking about business here. There are editing tools out there that I know are now AI based. Are there any that you specifically recommend?
Opus AI for clipping longer format videos, I think is the best. Opus AI and also Munch AI are really good. I like Opus AI because it actually gives you a virality score of the particular clip. So it'll tell you on a score of 0 to 100%, like what your likelihood of that particular clip is of going viral.
Okay.
It also, I think, recommends hashtags and other things to like help you with that. But those for clipping longer format videos so that you can repurpose that are excellent. Even on the TikTok platform, if you go live, it records that whole live and it'll even clip videos for you. And it'll also recommend, based on that clip, what audio should go with it too. So it's figuring out the different things that go along with the platform will also help you get a lot further in content creation and repurposing too.
Okay. So this is the point that I warned you about, where I'm going to ask you my to steal Fred McMurray's phrase, rabbit hole question.
Okay.
It's a stereotype that all neurodivergents we develop unusual skills and hobbies. So I like to jump down the rabbit hole and ask all of my guests to share one of their unusual skills or hobbies with the audience.
So probably one of my unusual hobbies is that I love anything cryptids or like what people deem as like unusual animals. So like I have my whole office decked out in cryptids and possums and raccoons.
I am not familiar with that term. What is a cryptid?
A cryptid is kind of like oh shoot, kind of like a like Bigfoot or Mothman.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know like what the actual like definition, quote unquote, of a cryptid is, but that's the best example I have is like Mothman or Bigfoot, and I have my filing cabinet in the back here has like a whole bunch of different like cryptid magnets on it. So
Okay. So you like the slightly unusual and scary.
yes, yes.
When did that start?
Oh gosh, that's uh honestly, it started, I would say, probably in 2022 when I started kind of letting go of my own like internalized ableism and trauma around being different and actually showing my personality. That's probably when that began because I kind of said F it and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be me. And if people have a problem with it, then they don't need to be in my life anyway. So that's when I started kind of breaking down that wall and just honestly just making my life just more enjoyable to a way that I want to live it.
So basically, you stopped caring what everybody else thought and just started telling yourself, "What does Eden think about this?"
Exactly.
And that's the goal. I mean, that's what we all strive for. Some of us are better at it than others. I'll admit I'm still a bit of a people pleaser, though. That's the thing that I work on on a daily basis.
Don't get me wrong, I still have those like perfectionistic tendencies and the people pleaser tendencies. It's just working at it literally just one day at a time.
Absolutely. Well, do you have anything interesting going on, or do we have any events maybe that we can promote, or anything coming up?
Yes, so as far as event-wise, I actually do neurodivergent co-working Monday through Friday on my TikTok. It's completely free. So what we do is we actually set an intention for our work sessions, and then every 30 minutes we have a 5-minute side quest or break, and we actually do things to kind of help calm our neurodivergent mind and get us back on track. And like I said, those are completely free and they're on TikTok, and I post schedules every week so that people can be involved with them. And then as far as anything else, I do have my digital media audits. So it's an audit of your social media, your website, as well as your ICA profile. Um, and I have that going on for back.
Means
Huh?
tell them what ICA profile means.
Oh, sorry. Ideal client avatar, sorry. Yeah, kind of like your target audience, like the perfect person for you, so to speak. So, I have that going on so that I can actually help with their Black Friday, and I actually have a specific discount code just for your audience too.
Oh, really? Please share that with us.
It's for, 20% off of the audit, and it is Clarity20 whenever you check out to get that.
So, you heard it from Miss Eden's mouth, Clarity 20 at checkout, and that gets you 20% off of her audits. Well, Miss Eden, it has been an absolute pleasure having you today. Do you have any final thoughts for our audience?
Mhm. Show up as you unapologetically and authentically, and I guarantee that will be the biggest shift in your business that you will ever see.
Absolutely. 100,000% agree.
Yes.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Like I said, hopefully we can have you back on again. I may be a marketer, but I may be taking advantage of some of your tools in the near future because I do things old school, and it's always good to keep up with the times. This has been another episode of Neurodivergent News where we've had the wonderful Eden on today. Um, and I would just like to thank you all for your time and your attention span because we all know as neurodivergent, that is precious in and of itself. Everyone have a wonderful, glorious day, and we will see you soon.
My mind, now my mind is blown. No surprise, guess I should have known. You got it control.